Hi, it's Sandy Wiley. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I talk about a lot of personality disorders and a lot of bad psychology. Today, I'm going to focus on narcissistic abuse, narcissistic psychologists, and how to get over narcissistic abuse. Before I begin, I want everyone to be very kind in the comments. You can disagree with what I'm saying, but as long as you don't call me or anyone else names on here, let's just treat people with kindness and respect. Everyone deserves that. All right. How did I get over the narcissistic abuse, not only from my mother, but from the three psychologists who severely abused me? Well, let me start by saying I'm not over it entirely. I'm starting to get over it, but I'm not over it. I don't know if you ever get over abuse. I mean, I got re-traumatized from these psychologists. So, I went to therapy to help get over my childhood abuse, and then I got re-traumatized over and over, multiple times, sexually, physically, emotionally, by these psychologists. So I'm going to tell you what I did, okay? I'm not an expert. I'm just a person who was vulnerable, who went to therapy to seek help, and who was severely re-traumatized. The first thing I did, the first thing paving the way to getting over the abuse by these psychologists was to stop seeing them. And when I mean stop seeing the person who abused you, whether it's a psychologist, whether it's a spouse, a parent, a priest, whoever, a lover, friend, you just fill in the blank, okay? Is you have to cut all ties, all contact. You cannot have any contact or any access to that person if you want to get over them. Believe me, I've tried over and over and over again, and it never worked. It never stuck until 2021. That's when it finally stuck. But this is what I did. I had to cut all ties from Dr. Richard Geis. This is one of the things. I'm going to list a couple of them. This is just the first thing. That's the first thing I did. That means I blocked him on the emails. I blocked him on social media. I blocked his email addresses. I blocked him on all social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, wherever you have your social media that person has too. And even some you don't think they have. Just block it. I blocked their phone number so they can never call me. I will not get their calls. So, and I stopped looking them up. I know a lot of people say when they break up, they still like to, keep tabs on the person by checking their Facebook, checking their Twitter, their Instagram. Don't do it. Okay? You don't have to listen to my advice. I'm giving you free advice. Take it for what it's worth. I'm telling you, this is how I did it. I tried. In the past, I didn't do it this way, and it failed every single time. Fail, big F. Big F, okay? The only way that it stuck for me with a narcissistic abuser is to cut all ties, all right? This is what worked for me. Finally, I'm telling you, over 16 years, I had tried. had walked away for months and months and months, and then went back. Then walked away and then went back. Because I didn't take these measures that I'm telling you to take now. When I did finally take these measures, that's how I stopped the abuse. You have to block, and not see them, not contact them, not look them up. Block the phone. Like I said, block everything. Block their phone number on your phone. Block the emails. Block them on social media. And don't look them up. Okay? I know it's really, really hard, but so get this. One of the times that I didn't follow through on blocking Dr. Richard Geist, I left him because he was treating me more and more like shit, like dirt under his feet. He only saw me 10 minutes a week for therapy. Can you imagine? How in the world can you do therapy for 10 minutes a week? Guess what? You can't. You can't do much in 10 minutes, even have sex. Maybe if you're a teenager. But think about it. How much can you do in 10 minutes? Do you think you can have meaningful therapy in 10 minutes? And that's all he gave me. And he was really dripping in resentment to give me even that. So I was still hung up on him, madly hung up on him. Even though I left, walked away, but I didn't block him. And now one day I got really missing him. So I figured, I was really crying constantly, going to other therapists, crying to them about him. So I said, I'm going to call his work number just to hear the sound of his voice. You call someone and they leave a message like, hi, it's Sandy Wiley. I'm sorry I'm not here now to take your call, but please leave a message. So just to hear his message, you hear the sound of his voice, when he speaks in the message. I had no intention of leaving a message. In fact, I hung up before it went beep, because if you hang up after the beep, it will record that as a message. It will record it. But if you hang up before it goes beep, please leave your message at the end of the beep. Beep! And then if you hang up then, it will record that. But if you hang up before it goes beep, then it will not record it as a message. So in other words, it won't say you have a message on his phone. So I thought I was all right with that, Wasn't trying to contact him. Wasn't trying to get back together with him. Just so hung up on him. Just wanted to hear his voice in the phone message. So I did that. I just listened, and I said, all right. And I hung up before it went beep. But I didn't realize back then, this was, God, I don't know, 2011. I didn't realize, even though I didn't leave a message, it still said he had a missed call. And it said it was by me. I didn't think of that, Even if you don't leave a message, it will tell you have a missed call by, because he had my name programmed in his phone. So he knew I called him. It was a missed call, but I didn't leave a message. So he called my house. My husband answers and he said, Did Sandy call me? My husband, I'm asleep at this time now, sleeping in bed. My husband wakes me up. He said, did you call him? I go, yeah, I called. I didn't leave no message. Well, he's on the phone now. That was it. Then I went back to him. All I had to do is hear his voice in person. And I was a goner. That's why I said, you gotta block. You have to block. Now that's the first step in getting over a narcissistic abuser, therapist, You fill in the blank who it is. Who is a narcissist in your life who abused you? I'm here to try to tell you how to get over them. And I've already gave you one firm thing. Block, 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 block. No contact, block. The second thing that empowered me in this case was going to the licensing board. But it took me over a year to get to that point. Over a year of no contact, okay? So I was not at that point for well over a year. Let's see, when did I do it? I did it in December, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. Just do the math. It took me 16 months to report him. Once I stopped talking to him. Once I ceased in contact, I blocked him on everything. It took me 16 months, almost a year and a half. 18 months is a year and a half. Almost a year and a half before I could go to the licensing board, before I had enough courage, okay? So let's just say that you're married to someone, just as an example. Or, you know, maybe someone in a high authority abused you, a priest or something, or a psychologist, or your husband, and you walk away and you end the relationship. It's going to take you time from when you end that relationship to when you can finally take action. Now, taking action is, if you're married, you get a divorce. If it's a psychologist, you report them to the licensing board. If it's a priest, you report them to, I don't know, the archdiocese. There's places to report all these people. Because when you do something like that, for me, I feel empowered. Okay, I feel like I took the reins back in my hands, okay? I took the reins back in my hands. But it took me almost a year and a half of no contact to get there because I was too far into the forest to see the green. You know, when you're in the middle of something, you can't see your way out of it. You know, it's like a maze. All right? Think of yourself in a maze and you're walking here. No, you turn here. No, you turn over here. No. You just can't get out of that, you know? It takes a long time. You can't see anything when you're in that maze. It's all one big hedge, you know what I mean? You can't see anything, all right? So it took me almost a year and a half to take action. Now, I told you what my action was. It was going to the licensing board and reporting his ass, okay? And I spilled everything. I didn't leave out one detail. Speaking up. Words are powerful. Your voice is the most powerful. Your words, your voice, your words, they're the most powerful weapon of your defense that you have. All right? Trust me, I'm 58 years old. I've been burnt by many, many, many people. Family, okay? My family. A cousin I thought was my brother who lived in the same house with me as a brother. My mother, okay? My best friend. My psychologists who are supposed to protect me. I've been burnt over and over again. And I've learned that the best defense, the best way at these people is your voice. Okay? Your voice, your words. You have to speak up because not speaking up, that's not going to help you. So, okay, some of you have said that you spoke up and people didn't believe you. All right, that can happen. And my advice to you is that you're speaking to the wrong people. All right, so if you need to speak to someone that will believe you, because it's not going to help you or your case if you're speaking to someone who does not believe you. So you'd have to find out, because I knew the licensing board would believe me. I kept everything. I had proof of everything, and I threw everything that I had at them. Every piece of email, so I kept everything. And I went to authority. Now, sometimes you might go to authority, and authority is not going to do anything for you. Like with my son, who had traumatic brain injury, I went to the Boston Public School System, and they weren't going to do a thing. So you might feel defenseless, thinking, well, hey, you know what? I did speak up. I did talk. But you spoke up and talked to the wrong person. That person, whoever you did, even if they were the Boston Public School System, a big, organization such as that. I said, okay, you know what? They're useless. I'm going to get me a lawyer. Now, if you're looking at me and saying, I don't have any money, I can't get a lawyer. You can get a lawyer. You don't need any money. Let me explain. The psychologist who sexually abused me, all right? I didn't have any money for a lawyer. The lawyer wrote up a demand letter, okay? Demanding $100,000 for him and I gave for everything he did against me. There was no trial. And guess who paid the lawyer's fees? The $20,000 lawyer fees? Not me. My psychologist did. So I won $80,000, right? And 20 of that 80,000 paid my lawyer's fee. So I didn't spend 1 cent to get a lawyer. Not 1 red cent. Not 1 cent. So don't tell me that you need money for a lawyer, because there's ways around it. See? There's ways around things. A demand letter. Demanding money. If you don't pay up, there's going to be a trial. That person's going to get really nervous if they wronged you. They're going to start getting very scared. They don't want a trial. Imagine if someone said, you're going to go to trial and you did wrong, right? They're going to want to pay you off, okay? And when they pay you off, part of the settlement will pay your lawyer. So you don't need any money, all right? I'm saying there's ways around getting at someone that you don't need to have money, that all you need, but you do need to be brave enough to have a voice. And if it's not and if you go to someone and they're not listening, they don't believe you, then that's the wrong person or wrong organization, such as in my case, the Boston Public Schools. You go get yourself a lawyer. Talk to a lawyer. Get some legal advice at least. Find out what you can do. There's a lot of things you can do that I don't even know. But if you talk to a lawyer, I didn't even know about a demand letter. I didn't know anything. Okay? I just went to the licensing board and already filed the complaints, and they told me right then and there he's going to lose his license because sex is a crime. You cannot have sex with a patient. He will lose his license. But then I said, you know what? I need more than that. After the years he's robbed of me abusing me, I want to get him where it hurts. Where does it hurt someone the most? Their pocketbook, right? So then I figured, I didn't know. I talked to other lawyers, and other lawyers read my books. They treated me like a criminal. If you read my book, Sexually Exploited by 3 Psychologists, you'll find out what happened when I talked to other lawyers. But I just kept going. Okay, you can't help me. Bye. I'll call this one. You know how many lawyers are out there? Person A can't help you. Person B. Person B can't help you. Person C. Just keep going, keep going. Someone's going to believe you, all right? Someone's going to help you. But they're not if you would. If you do that, they're not going to help you. Or if you try with one person and go, oh, well, it didn't work out. Really? Now, come on. You're stronger than that. You are stronger than that. If you went for a job interview or applied for a college and that didn't work out, what are you going to say? Oh, well, that college didn't accept me. I'm not going to college. Or, oh, well, that job didn't hire me. I guess I'm not going to work. What? You see what I'm saying? You just go to the next. And then you go to the next. And then you go to the next. But, trust me, I did. Lawyers treated me terrible. They treated me like I was some whoozy slut or something, right? So, bye. And I went to the next person. I went to the next person until this one person said, this is what I'll do for you. And he did. I didn't pay a cent, and I got 80 grand. $80,000. Well, 20,000 had to go to him. The lawyer needs to get paid, right? But I didn't pay it out of my pocket. It was the psychologist who gave over 80,000, and 20 of that went to the lawyer, and 60 went to me. So, remember the two things I said. Block, block, block. No contact. Don't look them up. Use your voice, okay? Use your voice and speak out. Speak up. I have their names, these psychologists' names, all over the social media. I'm letting people know what they've done. I blasted them all over social media. I blasted them on my YouTube channel, right here. And that gives me power, you know? I feel empowered now. All right. And I'm never, ever going to go back. Never, ever again. I will never, ever go to therapy ever again. And I don't care what's going on. If I lose everything, I'm not going to go to it. I'm not going to speak. And also it empowered me to that, to be a patient advocate, you know, to talk to people like you on my channel and warn them about these charmers, these narcissistic people in power. Whether they're psychologists, teachers, clergy, doctors, you know, medical doctors. I don't know what they could be. They could be anyone. But presidents of universities or whatever have you. Don't matter. Okay? A narcissist is a narcissist. Remember, you have a voice. You know, there are people out there who will listen and who will help. Okay? Don't give up. Please. Don't give up. Okay, till next